and the presence of the Indian community in Sunnyvale. Now, as a glance at the map will show, the street moves in discrete areas between Matilda and Fair Oaks, and then from Fair Oaks to Lawrence. So to rename this one little section of the street would be a fairly simple thing to do. I note that in Mountain View, the streets Church, Hope, and Mercy were named after the religious institutions on those streets. And given the street segmentation and prior precedents, that could favor the change, although maybe not. Now then, to go on, as we've just heard Mr. Fountain here say, I guess, there are monetary costs associated with doing this. It appears the temple may be willing to underwrite the costs of the city and the neighboring businesses. As an attorney, how would that be done? Ideally, it should be spelled out in greater detail and an escrow established and funded in advance. Whether or not the name change is made, it cannot be denied that a need exists to post signs indicating the way to the street at the intersection of Ross and Matilda and at the point of where Fair Oaks crosses to 37.
Okay,
I have one more little bit here.
Okay, very good.
Okay. I am troubled by one thing, however. The Sun has reported, and the report to the council states in paragraph 3 under background, and I've heard staff again say today, that one reason to make the name change is to assist the temple in its fundraising. Now I have to say I'm not able to see the connection with that, but as an attorney and a member of the ACLU, I am a little bit concerned with the First Amendment Establishment Clause issues that can raise. And I wonder, since I don't see it here in the report, whether the city attorney has reviewed this matter and has any comment to make on it. And if we are going to go forward with this, then I would say that part of the indemnification that the city should receive would be for any legal costs that might be associated with making this change.
Okay.
That's it. Thanks so much.
Sir, I believe Councilmember Reeder asked the planner to read off the criteria that we were going to use. Assistance in fundraising was not one of those criteria.
If you look at part 3 here, though, it's mentioned in the background. This is a legal proceeding. We do have a record here. So I would simply ask that the city attorney look at the matter, and before the council vote on it, this be taken into consideration. Maybe it's nothing, maybe it's something.
Well, city attorney, do you have a comment?
I think that if the council adhere to the criteria that are enumerated, and as you pointed out, assistance with fundraising is not one of those criteria, and if the council makes findings that does not include that as a basis for its action one way or another, that we don't have an issue.
Okay, very well. Thank you. Okay. Shaheen Tabrisi, followed by Tom Tofig, I believe it is. Mr. Tabrisi, please correct this pronunciation of your name.
You're fine, sir.
Okay.
Mr. Mayor, Madam Vice Mayor, distinguished member of the City Council, my name is Shaheen Tabrisi. I was born in Iran. I am very proud of my heritage, but born in Iran was not my choice. I was raised in Iran. I have very great, happy memories of Iran, but raising in Iran was not my choice. When I was 18, I came to the United States, and I went to school here, and I became an American citizen, and those were my choices. I like to, my few minutes is to oppose the name change. Number one, the name Persian, and I know it was because of the body of water, but has a major significance to the Iranian community, a Persian community. It is a name of a country, it was a name of a civilization, it's a name of empire. Before 1939, for thousands of years, they called that geographical location Persia and referred to the people of that location Persians. It is an ethnicity within that culture, and also is the name of the language called Persian, which is Farsi in the Western world called Persian. Now, what I'm going to talk to you is not as an Iranian, but as an American. And I'm looking at some of my Persian friends going to come to me and they're going to say, you know, we have an idea, we have built this Persian Center, and we want to change the name. We want to change the name to Persian Drive. And I'm going to say, well, what's the name? And they're going to say, well, the name is George Washington. The name is Thomas Jefferson. The name is Columbus Day. The name is Veterans Day. The name is 4th of July. And let's say that we put those in without any significance. But it is significant to me. So I'm going to tell these Persians to go and do it somewhere else. And that somewhere else is what the crux of the matter is. Because We could not find a smaller wall to climb on, and we could not find a smaller pond to swim in than the Persian. The issue right now is we want to change the name Persian. My suggestion to the council is, I was involved with it. President Clinton came here and distinguished this town as the city that is best governed. My suggestion is the city council job is to set the policy, not to be involved in the day-to-day activities of the business. As a policy, what we need to do is set the strategies, so that way things that we decide can test the time, and also depoliticize the process so few other things come before the council. If for political reasons and for pressures from any group, we, the city council, and I really feel for you, that you have to decide, and you have to make an exception, and you can make an exception, then my suggestion is, if you are not going, I'll finish in a second, if you're not going to change the name of Thomas Jefferson, if you're not going to change the name of George Washington, then don't change the name Persian Drive. Thank you.
Thank you very much.